Hey everyone, this is David over at Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express.
Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla and Jabron Hernandez, here to help your real estate business grow every day, all day. And first of all, I want to correct myself. We're not at the White Picket Realty Studios today. We are actually working out of one of our Airbnb properties, and that's because we're still dealing with our office being flooded and going through the remediation process. Which, you know, I know that everyone out there, I mean, this is like at the top of everyone's mind, right? Like flooding this, flooding that, and we are going to talk about that here later in the show. In fact, we want to have a little segment on whether you should sell or build or whatnot. So we'll talk about that a little later. But before we get to that, let's talk about some embarrassing stories that happen to people in the industry.
Let's talk about something funny, man.
Let's talk about something funny.
Get people's minds off of all this flooding and disaster and everything else that's been going on.
I can tell you that me personally, the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me is that I have been like at a showing a house, and then all of a sudden, you ever have like that like really bad Mexican food the day before?
Oh,
you know, like maybe you go out and you like have like something really bad like Taco Bell, you know, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, I really gotta run.
Got the bubble guts?
Because I got the bubble guts.
It's getting a little bubbly in here.
That's actually happened to me, and it's so embarrassing because you're out at a house, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna like ask for permission to use the restroom or whatnot?
No, you
know?
can't, man. You can't go in there and ask.
So you gotta hold it, and if you don't hold it, or if you can't hold it, you are in so much trouble, right?
And that happens more than you would like to admit, I'm sure.
People don't like to talk about this kind of stuff. No one out there likes to get this on the ruckus. No one out there likes to talk about the fact that every once in a while you're at a house and you're like, oh man, you know, I have no other option. What do I do? Do I hop in my car and run, or where do I go? But apparently a lot of realtors out there run into really, really embarrassing moments. And I'm not just talking about realtors, I'm talking about investors too. Anyone who's out there dealing with someone who's looking to sell a house or showing houses to buyers, you run into some really embarrassing stuff once in a while.
The one that I love here is there's a story that somebody posted. They had a property, and the owner, there was a listing. They had a dog, and the owner was real like serious. Don't let my dog out. Don't let my dog out. Don't let my dog out. So one day, the listing agent goes over to the house, sees his dog in the backyard, and he's like, oh my God, the dog's out. I got to get him back in the house. So he chases his dog down, grabs him, puts him back in the house, locks him inside of one of the rooms. He's like, yeah, job done.
Yeah, I'm such a great realtor.
Well, the owners come back and they're like, what the hell is this dog doing inside of our house? He's like, you told me not to let the dog out. They're like, yeah, our dog's in there. What? I don't know who that dog is.
That's embarrassing.
Just a random neighborhood dog. He just threw him in the house.
Man, it happens.
These are from the Realtor magazine, right?
Yeah. This is from the NAR magazine, the National Association of Realtors.
I like the balcony one. Did you guys read that one?
No, which one is that one?
So this guy, it was in Austin, Texas. He was showing his clients a home, and they stepped out onto a balcony to look at the view or whatnot.
Yeah.
And they ended up getting locked out.
Oh, nice.
So the guy had to dangle. You know, you had to like climb over the balcony and then dangle so you don't hurt yourself.
Oh, God.
He dangled and didn't drop down.
You had to do a Spider-Man in front of his client? Oh, my goodness.
But he said the clients must have been impressed with his acrobatics because they stuck with him as their agent.
And then there's another one here, and this one is like the anthem to everyone who gives bad showing instructions.
Yeah.
I go all the time. I schedule showings, especially for investment properties that you think are vacant. Some of them are not. And you just show up. And this one said, It was like a duplex or a fourplex, and it said, just go in, door will be open.
Yeah.
So they opened the main door, they go in, and they were like, okay, well, this door's open. They open it, they go in, they're looking at the house. So there's a girl in there taking a shower. She's like, get out, why are you doing this to me? Why does this keep happening?
Yeah, she said, this keeps happening. The one you're looking for is upstairs.
You know, I'm kind of reminded, do you remember that house we bought in Oak Forest? And we walk in and the seller's sitting in his couch. And he's
goodness,
I'm
yes.
not kidding you. He's got...
Triple monitors?
Well, first off, the carpet we thought was carpet. It was actually pet dander. It was at least like 2 inches.
It was like
of pet
dog
dander.
hair that was so thick it would built up.
This was real. This was real.
Actually, it was cat hair, not dog hair. It was cat.
Yeah, and so we're walking around thinking it's carpet until somebody reaches down and like picks up like a bunch of it, and it's just like a bunch of pet hair.
That is disgusting.
Yeah,
and then we go in the bedroom. And we asked, we were like, is it okay if we go in the bedroom? He's like, oh, yeah.
The guy's like, fine, go do whatever you want.
And we walk in, he's got like this triple monitor setup. And across all 3 screens, all different types of weird porn.
Yes.
And there was even one that said...
plain?
Yes. There was one that said, ugly girls need love too.
Yeah. True story, man.
Wow.
True story.
Oh, my God, man.
Wow.
It's so crazy. I could not believe that.
We ended up demolishing that house.
We did.
And I'm glad we did. That needed to be done.
It needed to be demolished and burned, you know, like so that
so we could sanitize
none of that ever
place.
comes back to fruition.
No
That's
joke.
Crazy. Well, we'd love to hear any other embarrassing stories realtors or investors have out there. If you have an embarrassing story, put it in the comments below. We'd love to hear it.
Absolutely. And they happen all the time. I see people post about them all the time when they walk into people or people walk in on them or, you know, the dogs or the cats or the being locked out. I mean, that's just stuff that happens when you are in real estate. All right, we have to take a quick commercial break, but when we get back, let's get into some more fun and let's talk about some of the flooding questions that you have as well. You're on the Realty Ruckus.
Yeah, more fun. Let's get it more fun.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we've been on about a 2-week hiatus here, and we are back live now. David, what's the weather look like for us this week out there?
Well, I know it's not anything anybody wants to hear with what's been going on lately, but we are expecting some rain this week. It looks like it's only should be some scattered thunderstorms, and that's tomorrow and Thursday. We're gonna have a high of about 90 and lows in the mid 70s, and then going out through the rest of the week and the weekend, we will be experiencing more sunny weather with a high in the low 90s and lows in the mid 70s. And then the week after that, we actually show some cooler weather coming in, so that's going to be nice.
Yes, I'm excited about that. Yesterday when it rained, I kid you not, I was sweating bullets.
Yeah, because it started raining hard.
It started raining real hard.
And it came out of nowhere, too, man. I remember one of my guys was working up north, and he called me. And he was supposed to be doing some roof repairs. And I was like, damn it, why is the roof repair not done yet? He's like, dude, there's a major storm over here.
It's for a deal that we had closing today.
Yeah, it was closing that day. And I was like, the repair's got to get done.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I can't get up on the roof. I'm like, why not? He's like, there's some huge storm happening right now. I was like, bullshit.
We even had a flash flood warning come in on the TV. I was like,
yeah, it was bad. No, and you know, it's funny because Alan and I, we were driving and we were like, hey, this is really crazy because Beach Nut just started flooding up so quickly. Yeah. The sides of Beach Nut started looking like a river.
In a matter of 30 minutes, it started flooding.
But thankfully, there was no flooding, and there's not going to be any more flooding this whole year.
Yes,
that's a guarantee.
Done. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that's my forecast. No more flooding for the whole year.
BB's bold prediction in the making right now.
In Houston, that is a bold prediction.
Yes, that's a very bold prediction.
Jeez, man. Okay, so everyone's search rankings or searches out there. If you go on Google and you make searches, all of your searches are now public.
Well, I wonder if everyone knows about that. Like, I wonder if everyone knows that whatever you search on Google, somehow or another, Google tracks that and then finds a way to retarget you for whatever you're searching.
Yeah, that's why anything you look for.
Most people are that savvy, but I know in my heart that they are not.
Hopefully, all of our listeners know about this.
So, before anyone freaks out, it's not your individual searches that have gone public. But they released their biggest how-to searches. So these are the things that people search the most. How to what?
Yeah.
Okay. And so we want to go through them and see it. Maybe you've searched these before. Maybe you haven't.
Yeah.
All right. So number one here, how to tie a tie.
I definitely looked that one up in my college days.
Yeah, in my college days, yes.
I used to look that one up, and then I met Brandon, and Brandon actually can tie a tie first time, right time, every single time.
So Alan, instead of searching how to tie a tie, he searched how to get Brandon to teach you to tie a tie.
Wow.
That's a pretty, you know, and that's a skill that I think every man out there should have, and really every woman should have too. Because they're always around and they help guys get ready. And it's so easy if they know how to tie a tie.
I'm horrible at it. Mine always look crooked or too thin or something's always wrong with it.
Oh, it's a special skill. You really have to know how to do it. I
perfected my skill in college.
Oh, there's all sorts of knots.
You got different knots too?
Yeah. How many different knots do you use?
No, I only do like two. Like if I need a skinnier knot or a fatter knot. BB knows. I used to come to our meetings with fat tight knots all the time.
Man. He had these big giant knots. They were like bigger than his neck, man.
All right, what's number two?
Number two. This one's something I'm sure Brandon has looked up. How to kiss.
Do they actually give you a how-to on that?
I wish back in the day I could have looked it up because it probably would have went a lot better.
Yeah, right. I was out there. I was School of Hard Knocks on that one. Google
number three is the best. I love number three.
Now this is crazy for all those guys that think that women are out there and that this is not what they want. This is a number 3 search on Google.
Number 3 on Google.
How to get pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Okay? And you know that's not men searching that. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe there is.
It could be.
Yeah, that's so strange.
But that means that's at the top of people's mind.
By the way, these are the top how-to searches from 2004 to 2017.
Yeah, so this is 13 years worth of data thrown in here, okay? So this is definitely the things that people are searching the most. This is not just a hot topic that was good for a few months.
It's scary that number 3 is how to get pregnant.
Yes. Yes, it is.
That scares me.
It would be more scary if it was like how to get pregnant without your boyfriend knowing. Yeah. Number 4, how to lose weight. I think everyone has probably searched something about that at some point. Now, number 5 is something that I really need, and I've actually never looked it up. Now I'm curious how to draw. Like literally how to draw things. I'm not a good drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can look that up apparently, and apparently Google will teach you.
Yeah.
Here's the next one. The next 2 are really, really cool. All right. So number 6, number 6 is how to make money. But number 7 is how to make pancakes.
Yeah, man, because if you're not making money, you better be making pancakes.
Oh, God.
No,
I love that.
Then number 8, after number 7 is, oh, man, making pancakes ain't making me any money. So how do I write a cover letter?
Right?
I haven't heard of a cover letter in years. That must have been heavily researched in 2004.
Yeah, that must have been everyone, back in 07 when everyone was out of a job, they must have been
cover
searching
letters
that.
For what? For
Brandon
resumes?
doesn't even know what for a resume.
Brandon doesn't even know what a cover letter is. Exactly.
And that's why it's followed by how to make French toast. Once you've mastered the art of pancakes, you got to jump to French toast.
It's funny because the end of the top 10, it's they all have to do with either making like finances or food.
Yeah.
It's
Food,
money,
yeah.
pancakes, cover letter, French toast. Then it's belly fat, and then resume.
Yes.
How to lose belly fat, how to write a resume, how to boil eggs.
Oh wow.
That's number
look at
12,
that.
how to boil eggs.
How to boil eggs.
I can't believe it.
people look that up.
Yeah, man, I didn't know that. Okay, how to draw a rose. Again, that's just drawing. Number 14, this one surprised me. How to gain weight. I didn't think we had enough skinny people in America to search that.
Exactly right. This must be like throughout the United States. This
This
can't
is
be
the
just,
whole United States.
Yeah.
Yeah. How to get rid of fruit flies, which I can say I've actually Googled that because when they come around, man, they are persistent and you cannot get rid of them. So yes, I do believe that one. Some of the other funnier ones on here, how to write a check. I did not know people don't know how to write checks.
Yeah.
I guess it must be a skill that people have to actually look up.
No, it is. When back in my banking days, I already told you guys this, but I literally used to teach adults 40 and up, 30, 20, whatever, all walks of life, how to write their checks, how to fill out their deposit slips, withdrawal slips. It was insane.
How to make slime though, number 17.
I have no idea.
How to make slime?
Yeah.
What kind of slime are we talking about?
Oh man.
That just sounds disgusting, but the
there's
fact that it's on this list
a lot
is
of
so
different
weird.
slimes that can be made.
I love number 18 is the best. How to love.
How to love?
How to love.
How are you supposed to love?
Oh, gosh.
All right, so how to save money, how to write a check, how to get a passport. I mean, those are all kind of things that I figured people would look.
Yeah,
look up.
the surprising ones for me were the how to get pregnant.
How
That
to get
was
pregnant,
really
number
surprising.
3. That definitely takes it for me as
When
well.
we get back, we're going to be talking about architects and what their opinion is on whether you should rebuild, remodel, or just tear the house down and forget about the neighborhood.
And I think everyone's asking that question right now.
It's a big question on everybody's minds. We're also going to be talking about values and off of a survey we've been running to look at how much of a hit flooded houses are going to take.
We
You
can't
don't
wait
wanna
to
miss
share
it.
this with you guys. Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, apparently, it's been clarified to me that making slime is talking about kid slime.
And I was correct. It does have borax in it.
It has borax in
Yes.
it?
That sounds
Oh my
so
God,
dangerous.
that sounds really
You,
dangerous.
That sounds very dangerous.
No, I knew
He
I
just
was-
looked it up.
Yeah,
He just
I
bumped
looked
it up
how
from
to
number
make
17
slime.
to number 16.
Oh my gosh.
I put
man,
how to
that's
make slime.
bad.
You need school glue, borax, food coloring, water, and 2 bowls.
Well, there you have it.
In case you guys want to make slime, now you know how to do it. Don't say you didn't hear it
Just
here.
remember that Realty Ruckus taught you how to make slime, okay?
Yeah.
But now we want to get into a conversation. This is a really, really big one because everything just flooded here in Houston.
Yeah.
One of the biggest questions people are asking is, should I rebuild? Should I remodel? What the heck should I do? Should I tear down? And another question that people are saying is Houston messing up by using slab foundations?
Yeah.
And that's a very legitimate question, because when you pull up the heat maps of where things flooded, you'd be very surprised to find that although there's areas that are in the 100-year floodplain, the houses are on pier and beam, no flooding.
Well, is that really surprising? I mean, it makes sense if it's in a floodplain, right?
It's surprising to FEMA, I'm sure, because they drew those maps to show where houses were going to flood.
I imagine that in the next few years, more than likely, most construction in Houston is going to end up going into pier and beam.
I wouldn't be surprised if the city passed a regulation saying that you had to use pier and beam construction.
Yeah, it just makes more sense.
So one thing that, and just to catch everyone up on everything that's been going on at the city for the last about 5 to 10 years, one of the biggest things that they passed was what they called, you can't have more water saturation beyond a certain level. So what that means is you can't lay more concrete down than a certain percentage, which is about 80% of the lot can be actual concrete or things that are not penetrable.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it has to be an actual penetrable surface.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, the city's gotten really, really, really strict about that. Like, they won't even let you put down a driveway. If you're over that limit, nope, you put down rocks or something, because you have to have a place for the water to go. Now, on a pier and beam, they still count the area of the pier and beam as non-penetrable.
Weird.
But what we've learned during this flood is that all those houses, they did just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that they're in the floodplains and that there's a lot of water that rained down there, they didn't have problems with the water rising.
Yep.
Why? Because water had somewhere to go. And when underneath the foundations, it soaked into all that extra dirt. It was really, really good. So the question is, if you're going to be rebuilding, should you be considering pier and beam?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I think if you live in Houston, understanding what it means to live here means understanding how to build a house that may go through a flood down the road.
Yeah, and here's one thing, I'm a big advocate for pier and beam foundations. I don't like slab foundations. I think that they're really poorly designed. I get why people don't like pier and beam, because they're elevated and they want things to be at grade level. But a pier and beam foundation is way better than a slab, especially here in Houston.
Well, take us through why.
So when you have a slab foundation, it tends to fail, especially when you're built on swamplands.
Yeah.
And that's what Houston was built
Yeah.
on, is clay and swamplands. So every time you get a big rain, I mean, the house that I'm in right now, after all this Harvey rain, this is what people keep forgetting. Maybe you didn't flood. You didn't flood during Harvey, but all of a sudden you're looking around, you're like, holy shit, everything, my whole house is cracking everywhere. My doors don't open and close anymore. My back doors are jamming up. And that's because my whole house is shifting, because the ground got so wet that all of the slab is moving around in different ways.
And did you guys notice after the floodwaters had mostly receded, it was pretty hot for a while there, and the ground got actually pretty dry in some areas. I mean, I noticed that it was like almost
Imagine
dusty
you have
on top.
you have a house that weighs I don't know how many tons, and it's sitting on this dirt that continues to move. It expands, it contracts. I mean, what is that going to do to that heavy item that's sitting on top of it? Of course it's going to move. Yeah. And I saw it on one of my flip houses. Same thing. We just put in like 25 something piers, and it's supposedly super level. And as soon as the hurricane came through, a few days later, we started seeing cracks pop everywhere.
Yep.
So,
and that's what happens. I mean, when you have a slab foundation, and really look, pier and beam can do the same thing, but here's the major difference. On a pier and beam, you crawl underneath that thing, you get them to shim up the areas that are falling, and boom, you're done.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It might cost you a couple $100. I've seen pier and beam repairs for $500, $750, and boom, they're done. A slab foundation, good luck doing anything for $500 to $750.
No chance.
You're going to spend $2,000 to $3,000 minimum.
Yeah.
And I've seen people who wind up spending $20,000 to $30,000. Why? Because your plumbing gets ruined.
Yep.
Now you got to redo the whole plumbing system. You may have to put 20, 30, 40, 50 piers. I mean, it starts getting really bad. And then they're like, well, lifetime warranty. Yeah, on the work that they did, if they can prove that that's the problem.
Yeah, and that doesn't cover natural settling either.
No, and it doesn't cover.
And they're always going to try to find a way out of it.
Oh,
too.
yeah,
so,
of course.
I mean, we know what the problem is there. Yeah, it's the digging. It's all the plumbing issues that come about it. And when you're on pier beam, even if you have a plumbing problem, hey, you just got to crawl down there and fix a couple things, and you're done.
Yeah, because the plumbing hangs down. It's just hanging on a pier and beam. It's not dug into the dirt. So if you ask me, any house that you're going to build, you want to go pier and beam.
All right. So the question is not whether you should have built pier and beam, yes or no. Obviously, it's a better build.
Yeah, right. I feel like Hampton hindsight.
Yeah,
Every house should be pier and beam.
We appreciate it, BB, but everyone out there who had their house flooded is now like, well, man, I should have thought about that 40 years ago.
So let's talk about the existing houses. So
Yeah.
you have an existing slab foundation. I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm not talking bad about Meyerland. but you're in Meyerland.
Well, let's talk about Meyerland because Meyerland is one of the areas who has been mostly affected right now, and that's where we're getting a lot of questions from.
You're on your triple flood.
Yep.
This is the third flood in 3 years. Okay, so you're a 1-a-year flood now. You keep taking in 2 to 3 feet of water, and the real question is, do you lift it? Do you tear it down? And if you do, what do you rebuild? How high do you have to go?
Yep.
So one guy actually did this last year.
Yeah.
He went through the whole process. So rule number one that this architect says is slow your roll.
Yeah.
Slow your horses down. Don't jump right into
jump the gun.
it. Yeah, you don't need to get right into rebuilding your place. It takes time to rebuild something.
Here's the thing. When you're a family and your kids are going to school and
you're
you have no
displaced.
other place to stay, you don't really have a choice on jumping the gun or not. You just need a place to stay.
That's
and
true.
It only makes sense to fix your home. So I love what he says in this article. Hey, don't jump the gun. Really think about it and really think about what you're going to do and whatnot. But that's not as easy. It's not as easy to do when you're in the midst of all this.
So one thing that I found really interesting is based off of FEMA requirements, because his house was flooded so much, they were requiring him to be 1 foot above the base flood elevation.
Yeah.
Now, his house took in 3 feet of water. He's only a foot below the base flood elevation, which means that a lift of 2 feet, which would have put him in compliance with the city's new rules and FEMA's new rules, would have still flooded.
Yep.
So his architect was like, look, you're going to have to go up minimum the 3 feet that it flooded.
Yeah.
And that's just a lift. And you're talking about spending on lifting a house 3 feet of that size. That's a 3,000 square foot house. You're going to spend 120, 150,000 just on the lift.
Yep.
On the lift alone.
Wow.
Okay. You're going up 3 feet. You're going to have to build what's called a concrete barrier wall that supports the entire structure on the outside of the slab foundation, and then have these big giant piers that go all across the middle to support the rest of it. You're basically turning that house into a pier and beam house.
Yeah.
You're putting the whole slab up on pier and beam.
Up in the air and somehow has to be supported well, and it's not meant to. It wasn't meant to be.
And what you have to
sitting in the air
remember
like
is
that.
your flood insurance covers all the damages, but it doesn't cover that. It doesn't cover how to prevent it from happening again.
Yeah.
Which is one of the funniest things is that they keep saying that 2015, 2016, 2017, now Houston's flooded 3 years in a row. We've spent cumulative over the last 3 years over $100 billion in repairs.
Because we're being reactive and not proactive.
When we could have spent $20 billion and we'd be done.
Yeah.
We'd have this whole problem solved forever.
Yeah.
Or for at least a good while, this problem would be solved. So that's one thing to consider. But this guy said, we're going to tear down.
Yeah.
We're not going to rebuild. We're not going to spend an extra 120 grand out of our own pocket when the insurance company is giving us enough money to tear this thing down and build a new one, and we can put the 120 grand in, and we'll have a brand new house.
Yeah.
And we'll be 6 feet up.
Yeah. So they went 6 feet up.
Yeah. Now, what I want someone to consider, and if you can see the screen, 6 feet, you're talking about a house that's this much higher.
Yeah. It's tall.
I mean, it's nuts, man. I would love to drive by that house and see a street view of it to see what it looks like, because that's massive.
Yeah.
I can't imagine your neighbors are like literally an entire story below you.
Well, and the architect in this article, by the way, this is from the Houstonian magazine. The architect in this article speaks about how he designed the house to have, a lot of horizontal lines and, gradation or grading, basically, so it doesn't look as such a stark contrast.
Yeah, yeah, because you have a 6 foot high house, and the house next door, you're basically like right at their roof level almost. It looks weird, and you can see across all the fences, and you can see everywhere, and
now,
they can see you too.
Now, and what you have to remember is this: even if you look at the pictures and everything, this family obviously had the financial resources to be able to build a new construction house. What happens if you're in Meyerland? This is your third time flooding. Great, you had flood insurance, so they're going to pay for the damages. But you still have a deductible that you have to cover out of that. So it doesn't get paid 100%. You still have to bring some money to the table. You brought it to the table now 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
That's probably 10 to 20 grand that you were not counting on having to spend. That's 60 grand over the course of the last 3 years. Should you even consider remodeling that thing?
Well, and if you do remodel and rebuild, especially in areas like Meyerland, is that neighborhood going to even be able to support the value after rebuilding?
That's a really, really good question. And I'm glad you bring that up, because let's talk about it like in terms of this guy.
Yeah,
who went
absolutely.
out. He went out on the second year of flooding. He tore down and he was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm building, and I'm building so high that I'll never flood again.
Yeah.
Great, right? His house is the nicest, tallest house in the block. It'll never flood again. But here's the thing. What happens to all the people out there who don't have that possibility? Like you said, this family could. Most people won't have that. They have to sell. Right, so they're going to be forced to just either let go of their homes or sell it for what they owe, or maybe even take a short sale. Who knows? And that's going to bring down the values overall in that neighborhood.
So I've been running a poll on Facebook, and if you're there, find me on Facebook. Find my poll. I think Alan shared it, David shared it. Go on there and answer the poll because it's giving us some pretty good information on what people would be willing to pay.
I'll post a link to the poll below in the comments.
Now that poll only talks about a house that's flooded one time, a single flood house, right?
Yeah.
That's showing, in general, people want about a 10% discount. Now, there's some people that are like, heck no, I'm not going to buy it. But those are people that heck no weren't going to buy the house anyways. Right. And then you have some people that want a little bit of a bigger discount. But overall, one-time flood is about 10%.
Yeah.
Now,
that's what the poll is showing.
That's what the poll is showing, that people expect about a 10% discount for a house that's been flooded and it's been remodeled and looks beautiful just like all the other ones. They want about a 10% discount on that house. Now, on a $300,000 house, you're talking about 30 grand. Right? Now, here's the thing. It's looking like it's going to be exponential. Okay, it's gonna for every flood, you're not gonna just go from 10% to 20%, 20% to 30%. No, it's not linear. This is exponential. You're gonna go from 10 to 25, 25 to 40, and it's gonna increase really, really rapidly. And by that third flood, you're probably only worth about 55%, about 55%, 60% at the most of the original ARV value.
Well, it's crazy because I just saw a deal go through my email. It's easily $1 million house previous to the flood. They're selling it for $300,000.
Wow.
$300,000.
Is it? But it's all flooded out right now.
It's flooded.
So it needs about 200 in repairs?
Maybe about 200 in repairs.
So they're estimating the post ARV to be about 600. That would be about a 40% discount. That would align very closely with what we're seeing.
Yeah, and it looks like a deal on the surface for someone like myself who may take on that kind of challenge and say, well, maybe there's that possibility to make a six-figure paycheck. But the question is, what if that value continues to decline over the next few months?
Well, you have to remember this too. Your buyer base is going to be so much decreased. So not only are you having to discount it, but there's people that even if it's discounted, they don't want to buy a house that's flooded 3 years in a row unless you've done some significant measure like lifted way up high to where it's never going to flood again.
Because to them the cost isn't only the purchase price of the home, it's all the additional risk and repairs down the line that they're going to have to face.
Oh man, it's the anxiety that you have to face every time it starts raining.
Every time it rains,
like yesterday when it was raining and Edie and I are going to the store or something, and we're like, oh man, is it going to flood again?
Every flash flood, you're like, oh God, here we go. This could happen. This could be the one. This could be the one to take us down.
We have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll finish off our conversation on whether you should rebuild or just tear it down and sell it. Stay tuned, you're on the Realty Ruckus.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
Y estamos en vivo en el Realty Ruckus. Nos puedes encontrar en vivo en el YouTube y en el Facebook.
Wrong language, wrong language.
Oh, sorry. We got thrown off on that one. Talking too much Spanish during the break.
Channel.
Yeah, that was the Spanish channel. Go backwards.
I love how your voice changes and everything.
Yeah, well, you got to do that, man.
Yeah, of course.
Every Spanish broadcaster has that little, that little twinkle in their voice, right?
We're not good looking enough to be on one of the Spanish shows. You have to be really, really extremely good looking on those shows. So, all right,
for yourselves.
So let's talk about the fact that people are calling and saying, so should I build or should I sell? Now, if they decide to build, we've already agreed. I think all of us agreed that pier and beam is the way to go.
Yes.
Look,
right?
if you flooded once, expect to take a 10% hit. If you flooded twice, expect to take a 25% hit. If you flooded 3 times, expect to take about a 45% to 50% hit.
Yep.
That's just the reality.
And I hate to say that, and I hate to throw those numbers out there because it hurts me, because I know people in these areas. I know people will suffer and lose and be financially impacted. But I think that's about where it's going right now.
And we're going to continue to gather data. Please, I put the poll in the comments. Please take our poll.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to gather data.
And share it with your friends and family, because we are working to gather this data so that we can bring that information to you guys who are out there wondering what the answer to these questions are. And the truth is, no one really knows at this point. We're making guesstimates based on the data that we've gathered so far, and what we're seeing from the past floods, what we're seeing from floods in Louisiana, what we're seeing from our clients calling us and saying, here's what we want to buy, but this is a discount that I want.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Anyway.
All right, well, let's jump into our next topic here, man, because we talk a lot about flood houses, and obviously we got to hit the real estate market, but we also like to help people do better in their business. And we like to make people have more success. And one of the things that people do is that they have bad first impressions, right?
Yes.
People go out, they look them up, and then they have a bad first impression. A bad first impression takes about 7 good impressions to get over.
Yes.
So these are 13 things or 14 things that you're doing that are probably hurting your business drastically. 14 things that make people not like you that you don't even realize that you're doing.
So I love it because everyone always throws out here's 5 things you could do to make people like you. Here's, people will like you immediately. People will do it, and that's great. And we'll give you some of those tips too. But the thing is, these are things that you probably don't even realize you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people already automatically say, you know what, I really don't like that person, and I really can't even tell you why. Like, have you ever met someone like that?
Yep.
You're like, I don't really like that person. I don't even know why I
don't even know why I don't like them. I just don't.
I've said that a few times myself.
Yeah, right? All right, so let's go through this list. So number 1, now here's one that was a little surprising for me, but I do know a couple people that take it to the next level.
Alan, they're surprising when Alan's guilty of them. That's why. He's like, well, that's totally surprising. I can't believe I would be doing that.
I can't believe this is on this list, and you guys will pick on me if you want.
I don't think you do it, though, and I'll explain why, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 1 is sharing too many photos on Facebook.
Yeah, and really what this is talking about is that you overshare too many photos of one group or demographic that you hang out with. So all your pictures are all family or all your pictures are all friends. And the reason it says that is because they did a study where they tested for jealousy. And people who didn't see themselves in any of your pictures started to become jealous of you. And then they were like, I don't really like that guy. I'm never in any of his photos.
Yeah. Exactly. So if your photos are too family heavy or too friend heavy, the other group is going to get a little jealous of you.
Got it.
So what you want to make sure, it's not a matter of you're posting too many. It's a matter of keeping it balanced.
Yeah.
But a balance is also not, don't overpost, because chances if you're overposting, you're posting too much of one segment or the other.
Got it. I can tell you I unfollow people that take pictures of their food every day because it just annoys me.
Or the same selfie every day.
It just annoys me. Or the same selfie every day, and it's always like this selfie down this way, and it might be like a I hate to say this, but it might be like a female saying, "Hey, I want to work with you in real estate," and it's like a total picture of their stuff, and you're like, "Dude, are you really trying to help people, or are you just trying to like take a picture of your boobs?"
Oh yeah, and I hate it because I called somebody out on it one time. And I was like, hey, everyone knows what you're doing here.
Yeah.
What? I'm not doing that. That's so sexist of you. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not hating on it. If I had them, I'd do it too.
It's like you post a picture every day. We get it, all right? We understand what you're trying to do. Don't think you're being slick. All right, but yeah, posting too many pictures of one thing, I can see that.
It gets frustrating for people.
Like a picture of your dog every day, or it could be anything, but it's just too many of one thing. All right, what's number 2?
Number 2 is having too many or too few friends. So what this
Facebook friends.
Yeah, Facebook friends.
Wait, I don't get this one.
So what it found is that people tend to like others. It's subconsciously. This is not even something you realize, but you tend to like people who have about the same amount of friends as you do.
Yeah.
And on average on Facebook, that tends to be anywhere between 300 for non-popular people and 1,100 for popular people.
Is that what that says here? I didn't see that part.
Yeah, so you want to fall either on the 1,100 range or the 300 range. Oh, wait. 1,000. Yeah, sorry, 1,000 is a sweet spot for not 1,100. It's 1,000.
It's a sweet
spot.
spot.
So you either want to be at 300 or you want to be at 1,000. When you have way too many, people tend to see you either as ingenuine, and when you have too few, people tend to see you as a loser.
Yeah.
And they don't want to hang out with losers, Yeah, that's actually very
when
true.
you're in real estate, there's no way you can only have 1,000 friends. I just don't see how that would even be possible.
Alan only talks about the things that he's guilty
disagree
of.
with this one wholeheartedly. I think it's silly to go through there and think you can only have 1,000 friends. In real estate, you need as many friends as you can get. And now, here's the thing. I have had to catch myself on just accepting anyone nowadays because there's so many spam accounts that'll like friend you.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize is like if you have a bunch of spam accounts, or let's say it's like an old friend, but they never log on and they never interact, they never click on any likes or do anything. It really doesn't help you. And if you want your posts to show to other people, you want people to interact with you.
You want people who are going to like your posts. You want people who are going to
Engage.
interact with them. Because you only have 7 seconds. You have 7 seconds after you post something for someone to like it in order for it to keep getting onto news feeds. And if no one likes it, goodbye, it's gone.
And that's why like you may post something sometimes and no one will ever see it. And you're like, hey, I posted it on my Facebook. Well, it's because no one liked your post.
Yeah,
and it's
no
because
one liked it immediately.
You have a bunch of friends who are either lame accounts that never log in or never do anything and never interact. So therefore, Facebook doesn't think you're relevant.
Yeah, so the next one I want to jump into because this one is something that a lot of people do. And it's actually, in the like switch, they talk about it that this is a symptom of the millennial generation.
The like switch is a book, which
it's
we
a phenomenal
recommend
book.
that
it's
everyone
absolutely
reads.
phenomenal, and it talks about this quite a bit. But it says that this is a symptom of the millennial generation and over interacting on the internet and not enough interaction person to person.
Mm-hmm.
So when they get person to person, there's a different warmth when you're around people. There's different endorphins that go off. And they start sharing things that are really, 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 really personal. Like, oh, yeah, my great Aunt Sally died of blah, 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 blah. Or, oh, my sister's boyfriend was cheating on him.
Yeah.
Did you know that? And when you disclose those types of things, it makes people feel really uncomfortable.
Well, it's when you disclose them when you disclose them early in the relationship.
Too early in a relationship. Sorry, I didn't clarify that. Yeah. It's like when you're first meeting someone at a networking event and people are like, oh, what's going on? How's your business? My business is good. And somebody comes up and they're like, oh, man, my wife wants to have a kid and wants me to smash every night and I don't want to. And you're like, whoa, hold the brakes, man.
Whoa, that's too much information.
Yeah, TMIs.
Yeah,
So
you keep that to yourself.
It makes people not like you because it makes them think like, oh, my God, you're really insecure. Your likability factor goes down extremely.
Well, and a lot of people use Facebook nowadays to gain pity. Like, have you noticed that? Like they want people to be
seekers?
like, oh, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be okay, So they'll go in there and post these horrible things about their life. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I get it. You want to have like someone comfort you and maybe have a friend listen to you. But that's what the telephone was meant for. So you can call a friend and not post it on social media where everybody's going to think you're weird.
Oh, no. I love it. The people that try to be cryptic about it too.
Yeah.
So they go online and they post and they're like, ugh, such a sad day. Sad face, sad face, sad face.
Don't even ask me about it.
Don't even ask me about it.
Because I won't tell you.
And then, of course, someone goes in the comments and is like, why are you so sad?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what happened in my life. And then they go off.
Of course. Or the other version, where do I take my dog? Or asking for a friend. Where does one take a dog to be put to sleep? And you're like, oh, come on. Asking for a friend or asking for yourself, right? Oh, tell me about your dog. And everybody goes in there and plays into the sob story. Yeah, of course.
All right, number 4. And we talked about this morning in our training because it's good. You want to ask questions to people. You want to let them know that you're interested in them. But when all you do is ask questions, and you don't ever give anything back, that really bothers people.
Yeah, I get that sometimes, actually. I have a Facebook, quote-unquote, friend that, I don't know if they're watching right now or not. I hope we don't offend you. But that's what he does. He, sends me questions. and I don't even know this person, and it's like we've never interacted, we've never had like a conversation, but it's like random questions every day, and I just feel like I'm being interrogated.
Well, and that's a little bit different because this is more like the questions like, oh, how's your day going, David? And David's like, good. How's your day going? Good. Anyways, well, how are the kids? And you keep probing into their life and asking questions about them, and it makes people feel like you're not trustworthy because you're unwilling to disclose information about yourself.
Yeah, like you're hiding something.
Yeah, it makes people think that you're hiding something whenever you keep dodging the question and going back to them. Now, it's a good strategy when you first meet someone, but you don't want to over ask the questions. That's the thing. You at least want to give something back and have the conversation.
Yeah.
You want to. It's got to be a two-way street.
Take something, give something.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. Take a penny, leave
So if
a
you're the
penny.
person that's just like constantly question after question after question, change it a little bit.
Yeah, surprise. No one likes you.
Well, guess what else nobody likes? People who post a close-up profile photo.
I don't believe this at all. I don't agree with this one.
I do.
I think it ticks me off that they even put it on this list because I don't believe that it's true.
I do believe it. They have real research. What do you have?
Man,
real research?
Your face looks nasty up close, man. All those pores.
You can see all your pimples and pores and your eyeballs.
I have a profile picture with my face on it, and you know I think it's easier
Alan's
for people to recognize you when they see your face.
No,
yours
it's
is
not
fine.
that.
So the optimal distance to take a selfie or a photo, the
profile
profile is
pic?
4.5 feet away. So as long as you're 4.5 feet away, that's good. This is like from right here.
Yeah, this is the people who
like
look at this guy.
Close up.
Yeah, like this picture, like this guy. Yeah.
That makes you uncomfortable.
So basically, if you can see your pores, you're too close.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's the one where you don't even see maybe the whole face, even where you can only see the eyes and the nose and the mouth.
Yeah.
And people found it to be, they found them to be less attractive, but they also found them that they just didn't like them. Like something about those people we don't like.
They're considered less trustworthy, attractive, and competent.
Yeah, less competent just because you took a close
We're
picture.
running out of time, so let's go through like some of the best ones. Like for example, number 8, the humble bragger. Humble braggers are adamant, and they show up everywhere in real estate. I mean, look, I try not to, but I see it a lot out there.
Yeah,
and
humble brag is definitely something that
and I can
big
see
in real estate.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why it would annoy people because every once in a while I'll look through someone's posts or whatever. I'll be scrolling through the wall, and it's like, I just closed this and I just closed that, or I just listed this and I just listed that, and I'm helping this person, I'm helping that person. It's like
DJ Lim says rate his profile picture. I think it's pretty solid. I think it's cool.
He says rate his profile picture.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at that.
Give it a solid.
DJ LM from 1 to 10. Is this a good profile picture?
I give it like a 9, man, because of the beard. He's got a cool beard.
I know, man.
But
The black
you
and
have a
white
cool
makes me not trust you.
If you have a cool beard, you can get away with the close up. Then
yeah,
that's
if
the
you got
exception.
a cool beard, you can get away. But his is not even that close. I mean, the close up one is the one like pores. You know, you can see right into his pores. You're good, man. You're good.
Caesar says, "Fine, I'll stop asking you questions, Alan."
He's that guy that you were talking about.
Another one that really surprised me on here, and it just kind of sucks for some people out there because you can't really help it. Is the 12th actually on this list. It's having a hard to pronounce name.
I know, man. That sucks.
So do you agree with that
me.
one?
Yeah, that's you.
I will say this. At first, I did find that my name made it difficult for people.
Yeah.
But it's only when you're an asshole about your name being pronounced wrong.
Yeah.
Like when they're like, no, you got it wrong. It's this way.
Yeah.
That's when people are like, oh man, fuck this guy. But
Yeah.
as long as you're not that way, you're just like, oh yeah, my name is Gibran. Oh, yeah, and you got to make it to where they can pronounce it easily. So like one of the things that worked with my name was, oh yeah, Gibran like LeBron.
Yeah.
And then people started being like, LeBron.
And people
Gibran.
immediately recognize him next time, and they're always, they may call him LeBron. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
But people don't forget his name.
And the last one that I think is really big, before we go to
I know which one
commercial
you're gonna do.
break.
Is it number 13?
And number 13,
Yes.
man. And this one,
we just had this one happen to us.
we just had it happen to us, and it's really frustrating because you know that they're full of BS.
Yep. We know they're not authentic.
The name droppers.
Yeah.
The people that go around and they're like, well, you know, like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and my buddy Zan Marco down the street.
Yeah.
You know him too.
You know him, don't you? And
Oh,
they're like, no, I don't know him at all.
Me, I hung out with Michael Kors last
Yeah.
year. Did you know that?
Yeah.
But dude, I'm on the radio show with Alan
we
Hernandez.
ran into a guy like this, and as soon as he left the table, we both looked at each other and said, we don't like him.
Yeah.
And that's exactly
And I was
why.
like, man, why is this guy dropping so many names? Does
Yeah.
he think it makes him look better? Because it doesn't.
Yeah, he was trying way too hard.
Don't
and
be a
that's what
name
it felt
dropper.
like.
It's okay if you drop one name or two names of people you actually know. But when every other sentence coming out of your mouth is a name drop,
name.
It's too
Mostly
much.
of people you don't even recognize. Anyway, we got to take a quick commercial break, you guys. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we've been having a discussion on things that people do that make people not like them when they first meet them right away. What we want to do is give you a tip of the day of things that you can do to make people like you right away as soon as they meet you. What are some things that people can do? 2 things to make people like them.
So here's the thing. I feel like just like marketing, you have 7 seconds, just like on Facebook, you have 7 seconds to get someone to either like your post. You have 7 seconds when you first meet somebody for them to determine whether they want to listen to the next few words out of your mouth or not. Right?
I agree. And anyone who says that's not true, think about any networking event you go to. Someone comes up to you, you know within the first few seconds, do I want to listen to anything else this person has to say, or am I good?
Yeah, you're already thinking whether you're going to turn and run the other way, or whether you want to stick around and maybe listen for a few more sentences before you turn around and run away.
That is so true, yeah.
So how do you make someone stick around at least for the first few seconds? And that's going to be real simple. And it's crazy because a lot of people really will find that this is common knowledge, but it isn't. It isn't, and most people don't practice it.
Well, it's common knowledge. People don't take action on it.
Absolutely, just like working out and losing weight.
Yeah, everyone knows how to lose weight, but nobody does it. Yeah,
exactly. So number 1 is smile. It's so simple.
Yeah,
it's smile when you're meeting someone. Have a smile on your face. If you have, what is it called? Resting bee face?
RBF. That's a nice way to say it. It stands for resting bitch face. Men can have it too, by the way. It's not only a female symptom.
I've been told many times I look mean just walking around.
That's another word for
David called me out on his show one time. He was like, man, BB always looks so sad during the radio show. I was like,
when he's like looking down at the mixing board, he just looks really sad. Like he's
pressing a lot of buttons and really thinking hard.
Resting sad face. I guess, man.
All right, and number two, not a lot of people know this one, but it helps so much. It's raising the eyebrows.
Just for a second.
You're meeting
like,
someone.
oh, hey.
Just for a second.
Yeah.
You want to do
a quick raise of the eyebrows.
Less than 1 second when you first make eye contact with somebody. You just want to give them a quick raise of the eyebrows. It's not a wink. Don't wink.
Yeah, don't go there and start winking at people.
Winking is something completely different.
People are gonna think you're creepy.
It's just literally a quick raise of the eyebrow.
Yeah.
And it's just it's literally an animal sign. Other animals do it too. But it says like, hey, I'm friendly. I'm acknowledging your presence here. And it actually makes people instantly like you.
You know, it's really cool if you try this. Like if you're walking down a hall and you see someone walking the other way and you do the eyebrow raise real quick, you'll always get it back.
Yeah, they'll do it back to you.
Or like a smile or something. I think I forgot. It was a book you recommended to
light
me, where
switch,
we
that
read
one too,
likes.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think
well,
I
that
read
one was also that one comes up in like every body language.
Yeah,
book.
there was some other book because I haven't read the like switch, but I remember them speaking about that when you raise your eyebrows, it gives the impression of almost anti-gravity, lightness, airiness, and people, that's a feel-good feeling as opposed to
that was the
heavy.
FBI book on body language. But
Was
yeah,
it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People also talks about it.
Yeah, it's called Defying Gravity, and anytime you're defying gravity, it gives you a larger grandeur to the people around you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, you guys, let's talk about some of the events that we have coming up.
Yeah, we do have quite a few. A lot of these events going on right now are focusing heavily on what to do post-Harvey in Houston real estate. So tomorrow, actually, there's 2 different events going on. One in the northeast side of town, and then another event on the southwest side of town. So first off, the northeast side, that's going to be one hosted by the Maya team with Premier Nationwide Lending. They're going to have a Recover Real Estate Workshop at the Los Cucos Mexican Restaurant location in Kingwood. And then on the flip side, the other side of town in the southwest area, Jet Lending and Renters Warehouse, they're having their mixer at the Redneck Country Club. Both of these events are going to feature panels of experts that are going to be speaking about post-Houston real estate. Post-Harvey Houston real estate, and what directions people should be looking to go as far as that goes. And then on Thursday, this Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m., Marketing Made Easy by Right Path Real Estate. That's going to be out at their offices. There's going to be speaking about marketing for investment properties and how you can start picking those up.
For our agents that are watching, don't forget that on this Thursday, we're going to be training everyone on our new CRM system, which is going to automate and empower your business. So make sure you're there. That's a 5-hour workshop.
Yeah.
Gibran is going to be teaching that. It's going to be giving you all the ins and outs on how to create squeeze pages, how to literally make sure that all of your follow-ups are automated, saving you time, empowering you to go out there and crush it. All right, and then on the 27th, I don't know if you got that one on there. But the Maya team is going to be hosting an event over in Kingwood at Carrabba's, and it's going to be all about Harvey recovery. Yours truly will be on the panel. We're going to be talking about what it takes to really recover, how you can help your clients, what kind of loans there are out there, what kind of services are out there, and for those people that want to sell, what can they expect for their homes?
I might have the dates mixed up then. The one I talked about this Wednesday might be the one you're talking about. So let me make sure about that.
So we'll drop the right one below.
Absolutely. And the thing is, those events are really important because right now is the time. I've already talked to a few people who have already been told that there are no more FEMA inspectors. That FEMA, if you didn't have flood insurance, they're not doing inspections anymore because there's just not money.
Yeah.
And so they're like, why even go do an inspection if we have no money to give away?
Yeah.
And so if you didn't file your claim and you didn't get an inspector, that's it. Like you basically have been denied.
Yeah.
So now you really have to start thinking, what am I going to do going forward? 18% of houses that flooded had flood insurance. What did the other 82% or 88% do?
It's
82%.
Crazy. It's crazy because people are going to be put, between a rock and a hard place and have to make a real tough decision.
Big time.
So what we want to do is empower everyone out there to not just make a tough decision, but make an educated decision.
Absolutely.
So make sure you guys stay in tune with what events we have coming up. Like David said, we drop all of our events down below, as well as the Houston Real Estate Events page.
So there is one tomorrow that Maya's hosting. So I'm guessing there's another one the week following. And then don't forget, guys, I also posted the event recently on October 8th. The last White Picket and Jet Lending happy hour of the year. You guys do not want to miss out on this one. Last time we had 300 people. We packed the place out. We
did.
Definitely expect to pack the house out again, probably turned away some people. And then we had the official after party, and that was an amazing time again.
That was such a good time.
Which we may have to find a new after party location because
it did flood.
Rumor has it that place flooded and it got it pretty bad. So
oh no, that was one of my favorite spots here.
Yeah, and see, the problem is that like all those hippies, they were too passed out, and to go up there and help them remediate. Yeah, they were like, oh man, dude.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us on today's show. We are thrilled to be back.
Yes,
it's pretty awesome. I love it.
We should be back in our regular studios in the next week or so.
In about the next week or so, once our office is done and back in order, we're going to be back in the regular studio. Until then, we will continue to shoot from here. Thank you guys again for joining us. Don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.